The Macon District Attorney's Office says they're reviewing their procedures after a Peach County judge threw out a case last week. Judge Connie Williford tossed out an indictment against a Byron police officer last Wednesday. In 2023, the officer shot a man outside a McDonald's. The man allegedly had stolen a vehicle.
Court documents say the DA's office mishandled the case and violated the officer's rights. Maggie Fitzgerald joins us in studio to break down why.
Frank and Lori, for typical grand jury hearings, prosecutors present evidence to members from the community who serve as the grand jurors. Those jurors then vote on whether the case should proceed. They can either issue a true bill leading to an indictment or vote for no bill and no charges. But Williford's 15-page order cites technical and procedural failures during the hearing that led to her decision to toss the case entirely.
It's unbelievably unusual. It takes a lot of guts for a judge to do what this judge did.
Former Atlanta prosecutor Daryl Cohen says he's never seen a case unfold like this before. But he says Judge Connie Williford's 15-page order made a strong ruling against the DA's office to throw out an indictment against a Byron police officer.
When I was an assistant DA, we used to say a grand jury would indict a ham sandwich because it's a one-sided procedure, for better or worse.
A one-sided procedure that lacked the requirements and the evidence for the case to proceed. Williford wrote that the prosecutor who presented the case failed to properly instruct the jury on the law. That means they did not specifically explain the officer's violation of oath and aggravated assault charges from the start.
Under normal circumstances, it's NBD, no big deal. Here, it was very clear that the DA's office did not follow the law as it should have been followed.
They also failed to explain that an on-duty shooting could be justified if the officer feared for the safety of others. Williford says this violated the officer's constitutional rights and his right to due process.
Whether or not another grand jury, listening to the same evidence, but this time with the appropriate language attached, whether or not they would bring a true bill or whether or not they would have a no bill, meaning they would throw it out, it's hard to say.
Cohen says the DA can still present the case to a new grand jury since it was not dismissed with prejudice.
The law will have everything play out, and at some point in time, we're going to know what the nuances are behind the scenes, because I think that's what's running and driving this case.
And the district attorney's office tells us tonight they do plan to represent this case to a Peach grand jury. They also say the prosecutor who first presented the case is no longer with their office. Back to you.
Thank you, Maggie. District Attorney Howard says a team of prosecutors will now review this case for potential improvements in their office moving forward.